This episode is brought to you by
JG
Graybill!
Woo! Now enjoy the episode.
This is All Sports All the Time, episode 133.
Yep.
Luke is not here today, just me and Parker. But I'm sure it'll be fine. It's fine. We're not upset at all, Luke.
Yeah, we're mad.
No, we're not.
Oh yeah, we're not mad.
We're not mad at all. It's fine. It's all good.
It's okay, Luke.
We're not sad either.
No, we're not sad.
Nope.
Nope.
So anyway, I would like to start off this episode with just a story. As we've mentioned, I've been doing the live stream play-by-play broadcasts for the basketball games. And first couple of times, I had to have McGuire show me how to do it and whatnot, the setup. And then after 2 or 3 times, I was able to do it smoothly, no help. So now I'm on my own. And you guys played your most exciting game of the year on the one day that I was not able to do the broadcast because the Comtech people took the backpack up to Penn State with a buzzer beater game winner. So a little unfortunate that we missed that, but Comtech had the backpack, so there was nothing that could be done. They brought back the backpack, but they did not return it to the athletic office. They had it in the Comtech room, because normally it's not in the athletic office. They just put all the other equipment in the Comtech room, which makes sense. And so this all starts off with me not thinking of it soon enough. So I'm the one that kicks off this whole thing, not thinking ahead far enough. But I realize after I've left school on Tuesday that the backpack might not be in the athletic office. It might still be with Comtech. So I asked McGuire, and he was like, yeah, it's still in the Comtech room, but you can just come pick it up. And I was like, well, I leave after second period, so can't pick it up. Ryan's doing the broadcast with me now. He's my color guy. He's been very good. But he also leaves after second period now. First semester, he would go back 5th period, but no more. So that's out. Mr. Vermani is normally the teacher who will let me into the athletic office. He has that key. Ask him. He's on sabbatical, but is still coming in for the games. So he's not there for the school day, but comes in after. So it's a fantastic start to this. Can't get the backpack. So Mr. Vermani, though, was like, well, we have the key to that door, the Comtech room, so we can get it, just we'll have to go right before the game. So we do that. He gives me Mr. Mackey's keys. It's all of Mr. Mackey's keys. With his card and everything.
And you have to try
it's all in the
key.
Ring. No, he gives me the one. It has a little orange key. It's a little rubber cover for it, basically, for the handle part of it. So he gives me that. I run down to the Comtech room, open the door, no problem, find the backpack, about to head out, feeling great. Man, good problem solving, Owen. You avoided an obstacle, and then the key won't come out of the door.
What do you mean it won't come out of the door?
It won't come out of the door. It went in, unlocked the door, and then it is stuck. It won't come out of the lock.
But you have to turn it again. Yeah, and pull it out.
I spend 10 minutes.
You just have to wiggle it out.
I spend 10 minutes wiggling it. I tried it with the door open, rotating it. I tried it at every single degree angle you possibly could. There was one point where I thought I had it, where it's I pushed in and then pulled out, because there's it's a double layered lock. So I pushed in and pulled out, and it came out a little bit. One ridge of the key came out, and then it got stuck again. So I was like, this is just fantastic. And it's got all of Mr. Mackey's other keys there, so I'm I don't want to leave this here. It has his ID thing on it, so it's great. The game doesn't start for another half hour. I made sure to get there early so that I'd have a little bit extra time, but not enough extra time for this. So my half hour quickly becomes 20 minutes till the game starts, which is fantastic. Keys still won't come out. I've tried it door open, door closed, and eventually it's it locks the door again, which not a problem. But I'm how is it? The key's still working, but it's stuck and it will not come out. And eventually, I was just well, I gotta get the broadcast started, so I leave it there, close the door, lock it. The keys are still in it, and so then I have to explain the whole thing to Mr. Vermani, and he was like, well, okay, that's a pain, but here's my key you can at least open the like wrestling room where I do the broadcast from and like get set up. Go up there, put that key in. I'm terrified it won't come out. So before I even open it, I put the key in and pull it out. I'm like, all right, we're good. Put it in, turn it. The door won't unlock. And I'm just, dude, I don't know what's happening with the keys tonight, but the door is not unlocking.
Oh no.
And like you hear a click, but then it's like something stuck for some reason. And then I flash back to one time a couple weeks ago when Mr. Vermani, there's like also a swipe thing where you can put the teacher's card up and it unlocks it. There was a time where he had just like been there, so he opened the door for me, and his key wasn't working, so he just swiped it and we were fine. But he had just given me the key. Like the swipe thing isn't there. So I was like, oh, the key probably doesn't work on this, because he couldn't do it either, but I hadn't thought of that. So I was like, I don't want to go back to him saying I've failed to use a key for the second time in 15 minutes. So Ryan is doing varsity club hours at the concession stand, but he's there with somebody else. So I was like, hey, Ryan, could you come try this key real quick? There was nobody in line, so it was fine. He tries it, he can't get it. So I'm like, all right, I have proof. Like, this is not just me not being able to use keys.
Yeah.
And then we find Mr. Vermani, and he's to quote him, "You're killing me, man." I was like, yeah, I don't know what's happening tonight. So swipe card, we're in. Ready to set up the broadcast. The game has just started.
Oh, wow.
So it's like we're already going to be late. And then I won't get into all the technicalities of like setting up the stream because nobody knows like all the details of it. But basically there are 4 things I have to set up. 3 of them require the internet, and the internet was down.
No.
So, and then I eventually, like, yeah, that's a whole issue. And the Comtech people had, so like when I finish a broadcast, I just turn off the computer, which is what I was told to do, so that when you turn it back on, the next time all the stuff is already set up. They had shut it down. So first of all, I don't know the password to get in.
Oh,
so
no.
I have to wait till Ryan comes from the concession stand to do the password. That's great. We're already behind. And then, yeah, nothing is setting up.
Oh, no.
So we end up restarting the computer, and then the Wi-Fi is working. So then we set everything up, and by then it's the middle of the second quarter. So we were just like, we're waiting until halftime.
Yeah.
And we started the stream at halftime. And then afterwards, Mr. Bravati was like, so got the key out of that room.
How'd he do it?
He said he did have some issues with it. He was like, I had to do it with the door closed, and then I just kind of like messed around with it. I was like, that's not helpful for me like that didn't give me any closure on like how did you get the key out.
Yeah.
But it was just incredibly stressful. And keys shouldn't be that stressful.
Yeah,
at all.
I agree. So what was the key to the game?
Haha, that was good. The key to the game was defense, because both of Hempfield's the boys and the girls team have elite defense.
Elite defense.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
What was the key to the game? That was good. So yeah, that was me doing a broadcast where everything went wrong. So now I know, like, I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, it can't possibly go worse than this. So now it's looking on the bright side. It couldn't go any worse than that, and we got through it. So we're all good.
That's funny. You came early, and you still, man, that's crazy. You couldn't. I've had struggles with keys too, but I don't know how to fix them. Like they just don't really work very well. You should use the fingerprint thing. And like he should just give you access.
Or like Face ID maybe.
Yeah, Face ID.
Yeah, doors should work like phones.
Like no, there's just a code on the door. Like just you press in the code,
that would
and
work
you get
too.
in. So he just gives you the code.
Yeah.
And then he'll just change the code. Yeah.
That would be
if
nice.
he doesn't want you to know.
Yeah. Yeah, keys are kind of old-fashioned. Although I guess car keys are going out of style.
I don't have a car key.
It's possible that
like
this is it's like it's not an actual key.
Yeah.
It's just like a remote.
Well, and
basically.
Teslas are just cards, like a credit card.
Yeah.
Except for your car.
So
just cool.
credit card.
Card.
Yep.
This
is my car card.
That's probably why they did it. Yeah. Teslas also have a dog feature, like where if they're locked in the car, it'll go on dog mode.
That's smart.
Keep them hydrated and air conditioned.
That is very smart.
Yeah.
Or if a child is locked in the car.
Or a child.
I
yeah.
was locked in a car one time.
Really?
I locked myself in a car.
Oh no.
When I was little.
How'd you do that?
I don't remember.
Was it hot
I don't remember
outside?
it happening, but I was
Was it hot
I was
outside?
young. I don't know that either.
Like
but,
you weren't overheating?
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Okay.
No, I was fine. My mom had I was little, so my mom had put me in my seat or something and went back inside to grab something else. I guess that she'd forgotten or something. And in that time, I had grabbed the keys that were apparently sitting somewhere within my reach and locked the doors from the inside.
Wait,
so I had the car key
Yeah.
remote thing, and had clicked the lock.
Did she get you to press
button.
it?
And no, my grandma came with the spare key.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, that was fun.
That would have been crazy if you would have figured it out yourself as a little kid.
Yeah.
I gotta click this.
Oh, I pressed this button. Let me press this other button.
Yeah, kind of like Baby Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy
I don't
Volume
know.
2.
Sure.
Have you seen that?
Nope.
Okay, well you need to watch it.
Reference ruined.
Yeah,
Take
reference ruined. You watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
I did,
Why
because
didn't
you
you-
guys watched it. You guys kind of made me watch it.
Yeah, but why didn't you watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
Because you guys didn't make me watch that one.
But didn't you like the
Pretty
first
simple.
one?
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So then you should watch the next one because it's the same model.
Yeah. So I already saw it once, though. What's
It's a
so
new
different about the
storyline.
second one?
New storyline.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure
It's
I
just the
could
same
if
characters.
if I wanted to. It just was not a priority for me
You
to
need
watch
to make it a
Volume
priority.
2.
Yeah, Volume 2. And are you gonna watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 when it comes out?
There's another one?
It was coming
Probably
out
not.
in a couple years.
No.
You know why it's coming out? Because it's gonna make a lot of money.
No.
It's a really good movie.
I saw the trailer for the new Marvel thing,
Moon Knight.
Moon.
Yeah.
His costume looked weird. It looked a little amateur.
No.
It looked like he just kind of threw some gray cloths around himself.
It's all based on the comics. So all the
Uh-huh.
costumes they do are based on what it was in the comic books. So
Do you think Moon Knight's gonna be a good new character? Well, obviously you
Yeah.
do, but it.
well, he's their most he's their character in the comics that they can that has the craziest personality.
Oh.
He's the deepest character. You
Okay.
know what I mean? So yeah, he's gonna he's gonna be a character where it's he's really complex, which is cool. Because he struggles with dissociative identity disorder. So he's there's one person but two different emotions
The moon and the sun.
no.
No?
No.
That'd be cool.
But it is based on Egyptian mythology a little bit.
There you go.
But yeah.
Huh. Because the only thing I watched was the trailer, and
Mhm.
you get that from the trailer, and it's
Yeah.
normally in a superhero trailer you see a lot of the action, but there's really no
Mm-hmm.
action. It's just at the end him beating someone up in costume,
No,
and that makes him look like a bad guy or
no.
something.
That's himself.
Wait, what?
Never. It's too hard to explain.
That made
this
no
to you.
sense. He's beating himself up in costume.
No. It's too hard to explain on camera. You just gotta watch it. You
It
just gotta
seemed
watch
like
Moon
the
Knight.
weirdest movie, is what I'm getting
No, it's
at.
not a movie. It's a TV series.
It's
on Disney Plus.
Okay, see, it seemed like a really weird series. I was like, Moon Knight sounds super cool, and it sounded like he'd be a really. I mean, I'm sure it'll be a cool show, but yeah.
Well, what Marvel's doing is they're branching out from the stereotypical action films.
Yeah,
Not everybody likes action, but people like complex stories.
they did WandaVision, and that didn't make sense either.
Yeah,
but-
WandaVision literally won 12 Emmys. Literally. So it's yeah, they're branching out into sitcoms and different complex stories. And
Moon Knight seemed a little strange, was what I took.
Well,
from it.
it'll
I
be-
was this seems really confusing and weird
it'll be different, but it'll be a good different.
because Marvel made it.
Yeah. And basically everything they do gets so many awards.
Has there ever been anything Marvel's made that you've watched and thought it was bad?
No.
All right.
How
well,
about you? Has there
that's
that Marvel's that you've watched?
there's stuff where I'm that wasn't great.
what?
Not that I've watched everything from Marvel.
Yeah, but what? What?
But what do you mean?
What have you watched that you thought wasn't great from Marvel? Not a
The-
scene in a movie.
Oh.
A
No,
whole...
there's never been a whole movie that's terrible.
See? That's
But-
something
okay.
that not a lot of studios can say.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, Marvel's good at what they do, but it's okay. We don't have to really get into too much Marvel stuff here on All Sports All the Time. This has been probably enough
I
Marvel
know.
already.
Yeah,
but
true.
we don't have to get into our differences on people being a little too obsessed with it. That's Marvel. That's my point. Is Marvel's all right, but people go a little far with it.
Who by people? Who do you mean?
You and Luke.
How do we go too far? We don't
just
even
a
have,
little obsessed with it.
We don't even have
Luke at one point said
merchandise.
Marvel is my true one love in life.
Yeah,
One true love in life. Nailed that.
but we're not even like hardcore Marvel.
No,
fans.
that's what scares me.
Yeah.
Is that there's people more obsessed with it than you guys, and that's just
well because it's awesome.
it's why.
That's why.
It's
I haven't
yeah.
even gone to like a Comic-Con or anything.
Mm,
Maybe I will one day.
exactly.
I'll take you
Mhm.
along.
Great. Be fantastic. Yeah.
If there's one in Florida, we gotta go. Like over the next 3
Mm.
years, you know.
Yeah.
I'll try and find one,
hmm
and then I'd force you to go.
There'd be what, like 3 more Marvel
We would
movies out
no.
by
You'd
then?
have to dress up. You could dress
Nope.
up as Spider-Man.
Not happening. Never.
Oh my, that'd be so funny.
The thing I was getting at was Moon Knight seemed very strange. Different.
I
but
think he's gonna
strange.
be a super awesome character, like super complex, and yeah, it's gonna be more of like a story. Like there won't be as much action,
Mm.
which is cool because like the action in Marvel movies is great and it makes it exciting, but it's more the characters that like really like bring out the best in the movies and shows. So it'll be exciting to see him. Oh, and on another note, we'll finish with this for Marvel. Doctor Strange 2, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Most overrated character ever.
You saw the trailer for that movie at the end of
Oh yeah, the Spider-Man movie.
yeah, at the end of Spider-Man.
Yeah, that one seemed just like a.
It's gonna break.
If I thought Moon Knight was confusing for my brain, that one was just
Well,
like flashing colors and
so
it
there's
was
a-
a lot.
there's a-
sensory overload. That's the phrase.
Well, there's a rumor. So you know you've seen Avengers Endgame.
yes,
You know how many characters are in that?
a lot.
The rumor going around is that this is gonna have more characters in it than that.
Great, fantastic.
So it's gonna be like
it wasn't insane enough.
It's gonna be like an event, like Avengers level,
Oh,
like
my
movie.
word.
So it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, Doctor Strange overrated. He could do way more than he does. He doesn't.
You haven't seen.
Doctor Strange is the Jalen Rager of Avengers characters.
That's
he could
false.
do way more than he does, and he's never really filled
But you
his
realize
potential.
that
He's
all of Endgame. I recently rewatched Endgame.
course.
He was literally holding an entire ocean from collapsing in and drowning everybody.
Mhm.
That's why
Yeah.
he wasn't involved because he was holding an ocean so that not everybody drowned.
Yeah, he's that powerful, and then he's kind of underutilized throughout the movie.
He only had one Infinity Stone when he was versing Thanos.
And then
Thanos had 3.
okay, we don't have to. I keep saying I'm gonna get away from Marvel stuff, and then it sucks me back in. So there's
He literally tried to rewatch like he has the time stone.
Yeah.
So he tried going back in time to beat Thanos, but then Thanos just used the Power Stone and threw a moon on top of him.
mm-hmm.
So I mean that's literally how are you supposed to do that
mm.
when you get a moon thrown on top of you?
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
I know.
Anyway, we should probably talk about sports at some point on All Sports All the Time.
Yeah, let's do that.
We haven't really talked about the NBA a ton because people don't really care about the regular season as much. It's been kind of diluted.
Mhm.
A lot of teams don't care about seeding as much anymore, and you just kind of wait till the playoffs. But the Lakers are a mess.
They're a mess. They're obviously Los Angeles Lakers. They're the known team, so to speak, right? Like they're the most popular team.
Yeah.
In the NBA, but they're falling apart, right? Russell Westbrook was not in the game in a close scenario the other night. He got pulled with about 5 minutes left and was replaced, and so he sat the bench because coach thought that they'd have a better chance of winning when Westbrook wasn't on the floor.
Also, LeBron thought that.
Also, LeBron thought that. Exactly. So Westbrook isn't working out like we knew at the beginning of the season
Yeah.
it would happen because he's like, how are you supposed to... LeBron needs a bunch of shooters around him to be successful.
Mhm.
Just like Owen thinks Tom Brady needs a bunch of weapons around him to be successful.
Which he does.
Which he'll prove that Owen wrong this postseason.
Mhm.
Anyway.
He still has a great defense.
No, Owen.
So even if Brady's weapons on offense are gone, he could still win.
His defense is not great.
He could still win like a 20-17 game.
His defense is the 13th ranked best defense in the league.
Yeah, but have you seen? They're getting all their guys healthy now.
No, 13th ranked. That's a mid-tier defense.
Okay. Sure.
Mid-tier defense.
Mm.
Anyway, we're talking about basketball.
Pretty sure they're top 10.
So let's talk the MVP race a little bit, okay? It's top 13. Okay. MVP race, okay? Steph Curry was the front runner. I don't know if you remember this.
Yes.
He was the front runner all the way until about January 4th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he's kind of the past 6 games before last night. He had a stretch where he, I think, only averaged 18 a game. His three-point shooting was down to like 28%.
He went cold.
Yeah, he went cold, had a bunch of turnovers. His win-loss percentage was like down, like it was negative one game, it was like negative 1.2, and like he had another one where it was like 0.1. So he had a stretch of 6 games where he was not the best. He hit a game winner last night, which maybe can bring him back out of it. But he dropped over 6 games. He had 6 bad games, right? He went from number 1 to number 7 in MVP race.
We have very short-term memory in sports.
Yeah, short-term memory. You need to, if you want to win MVP, like literally that proves like how valuable an MVP award is to show how good your season was. Like whoever wins the MVP is going to be great like the entire year.
I would actually disagree. I think that we tend to give a little bit too much value for the MVP based on, 1, how good a person's team is, and 2, how they finished the season. Like Steph last year, obviously he was great, but like he gained a bunch of momentum right at the end because he went on such a run in the last like month, and so our short-term memory kind of hurts us.
Yeah, but
in that it's like, oh man, last month he was crazy.
But Steph wasn't even top 2 in the.
It's like, what have you done for me recently?
Yeah, but he wasn't. That's not how it turned out, though.
Yeah,
Like last year, Nikola Jokic.
he didn't win, but like they tend to gain a lot of momentum. Like someone can make a large jump in the standings just based on how well they're playing recently. It's kind of like with college football, where teams schedule harder games at the beginning because if they lose but then go on a run to end the season, like they would rather lose in the first week and then win out because people kind of forget what happened months ago.
But that's also because what happened months ago isn't as relevant now. So like,
Well, but it's the whole season.
yeah, but if you're talking college football, a team can be totally different the first week of the season as opposed.
Yes.
And that's same with college basketball. Like if you lose a bunch of games early on and you're on like a 10-game win streak going into March Madness, I talked to you about this earlier, like that 10-game win streak kind of proves that you're a different team.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So if a player goes on like a hot streak, he's a different player?
No, he's just playing really well.
Yeah.
But the MVP race, you look at the whole season, and that's what they did last year. That's like that's why Steph Curry didn't win. If we were going based off the last month, Steph Curry would have won. But he didn't. Because
Not entirely based off of last month. It just tends to give them... We tend to, instead of like evenly distributing the whole season, a little bit more weight is put on like the second half.
Which I think is fine, because it's more important.
I also do not like people referencing like all-star appearances.
Yeah,
or like
I don't
Pro Bowl
that doesn't really
appearances in like deciding who's better. Because those things are just like who had a good first half of the season.
Yeah.
So I don't really like using, whoa, he had 10 all-star appearances. And it's like, well, he could have gotten hurt in the second half of the season or not played as well. All-star games, very overrated.
But
when, like, defining how good a player is.
Nikola Jokic and Giannis are right up there again. They're both having extremely good seasons. Embiid over the last like 12 or 13 games has been dominant. The only thing with him is he's going to really, really need to keep playing really well in order to win it because he was out with injury earlier in the year. KD was playing phenomenal, but then he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks with, it was like sprained something.
Yeah.
Sprained MCL maybe? I don't really remember.
He sprained some ligament. Yeah, it's not major.
But so those are the front runners right there. Some guys you haven't really heard of as much, Devin Booker, also like Jason Tatum, Luka hasn't been like anything super duper special, like at the beginning of the season we could have thought. Trae Young also hasn't been performing very, very well. You're kind of seeing some slumps for these guys that have been in the league for a couple years, like
The up-and-comers.
yeah. Like they're now viewed as like superstar level, so they're getting superstar attention on defense, and the best player is guarding them, which definitely makes it harder. So yeah, you're seeing guys like KD. LeBron was having a great stretch until he got hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're seeing guys have really good games and then just have an injury or a slump. But whoever puts together an entire season is going to be the one that wins the MVP. So right now it's looking like the Joker or Giannis. Maybe whoever doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, probably. It is amazing how many guys are getting hurt. Probably because the NBA has played like 3 seasons in 2 years with like the bubble and everything. But like, yeah, when LeBron is hurt, you know that it's weird because LeBron almost never, like his body is so amazing at just
his
being
body,
able to stay
his
on the
body
court. It's
or
incredible.
the things that he puts in his body.
What does that mean?
He probably takes some like nutritional stuff.
You think Tom Brady doesn't?
No, they all do,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
I'm just saying that it's half his body, half like the I don't know,
Yeah.
antibiotics or whatever.
Whatever stuff NBA players are
Legal, like
given.
legal
There's,
drugs.
I thought you were insinuating like
No,
some
no. Like there's
illegal stuff.
No, there's obviously everything's like there's lots of stuff that's banned.
Yeah.
But there's lots of stuff that helps you that's not banned. So, and I think like I was reading an article about this. Like, I think everybody in the NFL and the NBA probably uses that stuff. Like, literally,
especially the
everybody.
NFL. It's you got to go through a lot to play every week in the NFL. So, with LeBron, last thing with the Lakers and LeBron, that obviously the Lakers have been really bad, and it's really kind of LeBron's fault because the weird thing with the Westbrook deal is like everyone knew it was gonna be a bad move.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty consensus, like, when it happened, oh, yeah, bad move by the Lakers. And then it was.
Yeah.
And most of that is attributed to LeBron, which he hasn't, like, I think we know that he's been, like, the team builder for the Lakers. Like, he negotiated all the Anthony Davis stuff, Clutch, his, like, agency.
Yeah.
They have Anthony Davis as a client, so, like, he's entangled in a lot of this stuff and in charge of a lot of it. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because, like, as a team, the Lakers, if you can get LeBron and he's gonna, like, you might not be excited about the fact that he's gonna be, like, making decisions, but you can overlook it because he's LeBron. But now it's like we've realized that the LeBron the GM might be actually slowing down LeBron the player. Because he's playing great.
Yeah.
But his team building plans have really blown up in his face.
They have. True.
Yeah. I understand why the Lakers would give him like the power to make those choices because you then, in turn for letting him make those decisions, you then keep LeBron and you keep your incredible popularity as the Lakers. But it's starting to backfire a bit because Russell Westbrook sucks.
Yep. He can't hit the rim.
Yeah, it's like really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. Do you think they'll be able to trade him? They always seem to. LeBron's teams always make moves somehow at the deadline, but do you think they're going to be able to trade Russ? Like, who's going to want that?
I don't know. Nobody. Like, nobody wants people that can't shoot. Like, that's why we still have Ben Simmons.
And it's like the Thunder are normally the team that will, like, they'll just take contracts to get picks, but they're not going to take Russ back. So there's not really a team that is in that unique situation that would really want Russ, unless you're going to give up a lot with him. Although I don't think LeBron would be too upset to give up a couple first-round picks, because it's not like he's going to be around a ton longer. So
True.
That'll be really interesting. And then the Sixers, we're just waiting on the Ben Simmons trade, and there's not much analysis you can do of the Sixers until a move is made, if it is made. But we trust Daryl Morey. It's been said many times on this
Morey
podcast.
we trust.
Yeah. We've always been believers of Daryl Morey, and so we think we're in good hands.
Yeah. Just like State Farm. Are you in good hands?
That's all state.
Oh, dang.
So close.
I was close.
Speaking of commercials, I've noted, obviously, the last few years, this has been building, but I think it's really leveled up this year. Every other commercial is DraftKings or FanDuel or some type of sports betting.
Yeah.
I personally I'm pretty neutral on it. Like, I'm not going to get mad if other people are doing it, but I prefer not to do it just because, like, it seems pretty obvious to me that everyone is profiting ridiculous amounts
Yes.
from sports
or
gambling.
else they wouldn't be running the ads.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's so many ads, and like the big one last week, it was like because it was DraftKings. It's like because Super Bowl 56, we're giving you 56 to 1 odds, and it's like you bet $5 on the Chiefs to beat the Steelers, and you win like $300 in free bets or something. And it's like they're basically giving you $300, not in cash, in money to put back into the app, but still like to be able. They're so confident in the fact that they're gonna make money back off of their like. Because, casinos, gambling, the house always wins. They're so confident that as the house, they're going to make that money back that they're giving away $200 to anyone who does that.
Yeah.
And that just kind of worries me. Like, clearly the NFL is making a ton of money off of this because their budget is going to explode with all the gambling money that's coming in. States are making a ton off of it. That's why more states are starting to accept it. And then obviously DraftKings and FanDuel are making, all the sports books are making a ton of money off of it because they're running so many ads, which cost a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, yeah, it seems like I don't understand where the exact benefit is for the consumer, other than obviously like people enjoy betting and gambling because it's like entertaining. But yeah, from a monetary standpoint, I don't understand how it's actually beneficial to the consumer.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Owen. The short answer is that it's not beneficial to the consumer. The long answer is that it's definitely not beneficial to the consumer.
It gets worse.
Yeah. Basically, you go into a casino, right? You're in Las Vegas. You're watching the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep.
And you go in one Saturday night and you want to play blackjack.
Sure.
Or craps or roulette or slots, right? You buy money, right? Or you buy chips, right?
Yeah.
You're not, like, yes, you could make money in a casino. There's ways to do it, like card counting and, like, turning the odds in your favor. But the odds in a casino are always against you.
Yeah.
The odds when you're sports betting are always against you.
Yes.
And so basically the benefit you get is that it's fun. You can enjoy the game more because you're invested in the game. And that's probably about it.
Okay.
Now, I did find this YouTube channel. I don't know what it's called, but like he like is a sports bettor for a living.
Wow.
So he makes a ton of money doing it. But basically, it's kind of like in a casino. If you're an advantaged player, a card counter, even though card counting is legal, they can back you off. And they just kick you out of the casino because they can refuse service to anybody because they're privately owned, It's the same thing on sports betting apps. So if they find that you're an advantaged bettor, because there is ways to like...
Some people are very good at it.
Yeah, basically what they're doing is they have all these sports betting sites and they see this one site has better odds than another site, so they place their bet there. And they have like this way of calculating like, okay, this should be like theoretical percentage of return. And so I don't really know how all that works. But if they determine that you're one of those people and you're doing this to make money, they'll just limit you like crazy and probably won't even
basically block you.
Yes. Yeah. Basically block you, but without like saying they blocked you. And like won't let you bet money with them. So they're doing that to the advantaged players, and then everybody that's normal just loses money off of it because the house always wins, right? The odds are set in place where they always get a percentage.
And that's why DraftKings is everywhere.
DraftKings, FanDuel, MGM.
It's like I get that it's fun, but it just kind of scares me seeing it seeing how prevalent it is so quickly.
Yeah.
It just makes me a little suspicious.
Which
of,
is like
just how much money they're making.
Yeah. Which is that's why like when I am eligible to sports bet, I would just do like $5 bets just for fun,
Mhm.
you know, like
Never actually have like a serious amount of money
Mhm.
invested in it.
because odds are you're probably gonna lose that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're one of those advantaged people, but they'll back you off eventually, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, like imagine like a $5 prop bet to pick like all 32 games of the first round of March Madness, right? Just a $5 like or maybe $1
Sure.
prop bet. The odds if you parlay that all together
Uh-huh.
are like so insane, right?
Yeah.
That it would just be fun to like just
Mhm.
do it and like hey maybe it comes down to like the last 5 games and you're like super invested because you could make a lot of money off $1, but
Yeah.
just stuff like that. It's just fun.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Entertainment value.
Just
instead of
entertainment. It's like
monetary
it's a
value.
casino, but it's for sports, which makes it fun. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
So
So-
it's kind of like when we do the Super Bowl and we do like $1
Uh-huh.
and $2 bets.
We do have to come up with those. Super Bowl's coming up.
It is coming.
We got to figure out. We should probably level that up because last time I think we had maybe like 15 different ones, and with the Super Bowl, there's just like limitless
Mhm.
prop bets you can make. So
And it all pretty much evens out. I think last
Oh,
year,
yeah.
like last year, you know, maybe like me or Luke made like a couple bucks.
I lost $7.
Yeah, so Luke probably won $4 and I probably won like $3.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but it all pretty much levels out. So
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Gives you a rooting interest though.
exactly.
So.
And sometimes you gotta hedge your bets because like there's like literally the same,
Uh-huh.
or you could go all in on one team. Like say the Bucks are gonna win the
Mhm.
Super Bowl. You just,
That was when we were making those bets, I thought I did a lot of like Bucks friendly picks,
uh-huh.
and I still lost.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to be like, well, I hope Tom Brady doesn't win, but at the same time,
It was probably just like who's gonna score the first touchdown,
I-
and you just
well,
said like
yeah,
Gronk, and it wasn't Gronk or
it
something.
was wrong. But yeah, I ended up losing $7 on that. So redemption this year.
Redemption this year. Yep.
I'll be back. Also, neither of us made money off of fantasy football this year, so
Very disappointing.
yeah.
Like I was so close to winning my week a couple times, and right around week 13, I was in the top 2 for like I was literally me and this other guy were the top 2 like people in the whole thing,
Mhm.
and then I just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
It's like
and you would have
2
won like
weeks.
160 was first place?
Yeah, I mean that one guy nobody was gonna beat.
Oh yeah.
But-
one person just destroyed everyone.
That second place could've been mine.
99.5 percentile of all of ESPN users. So.
Could have been mine that second place.
Well, it wasn't.
Although I had one less loss than you because I didn't make my pick on the Dolphins Ravens game. So
Yeah, that was really funny. The one game you didn't make your pick on was just this ridiculous upset.
yeah. Well, and now looking back on it, it's not that crazy. The Dolphins literally finished the season about the same record as the Ravens.
Yeah, they had a
But-
better record. I think the Ravens were 8-9
Yeah,
because
so
that kicked off the Ravens losing
yeah,
streak.
exactly.
Probably.
But
Huh.
at the time, it seemed so crazy. Like they
Yeah.
were literally double-digit underdogs. Like
Both teams were going in opposite directions. The Dolphins were on like some losing streak. The Ravens were like the 2 seed, and then ever since that game,
yeah,
the Dolphins won like 7 straight.
I never
the
thought
Ravens
about
lost
that
5
until
straight.
now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's weird.
but yeah,
That big man touchdown was the turning point.
it was.
I forget who he was, but I know that went viral. The offensive lineman
Yeah.
trying to score for the Dolphins was just amazing.
Oh, when he got flipped in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
great.
crazy.
That was a Thursday night game too. That's also weird. You want to do Parker's picks versus Paglia's picks?
Let's do it.
Luke has a 4-game lead. He's up 188 to 184.
But since we kind of do it a
With
little
wins.
differently, since it's the playoffs and now it's the second round of the playoffs, each game will be worth 3 points. So if you get it right, you get 3 points. If you get it wrong, you just get 0 points.
No, you get minus. Sorry.
No,
It's wins and losses. So like if you get it right, you get a 3-point
Yeah.
in the win column. If you get it wrong, you get 3 points in the loss column.
Exactly.
So right now, the season records: Luke is 188 and 101, Parker's 184 and 105, 4 points back.
Mhm.
Games in the divisional round are worth 3, and then championship games are 4, and the Super Bowl is 5. So Parker is down 4, but very much within range.
Very much.
So he can wait it out a bit. He can go for the lead. We'll see what happens here. Do you want to give your picks and then I'll give Luke's, or go one by one, or do you want to just make your picks and then see what Luke had?
I want you
Or-
to give Luke's picks and then me to give my picks.
Okay, so you just want to pick different than Luke.
For some games, yeah.
Seems a bit messed up, but okay. Luke has the Titans beating the Bengals.
I also have the Titans beating the Bengals.
He has the Packers beating the 49ers.
I have the 49ers
Whoa!
losing to the Packers.
Okay, never mind. Faked me out. Rams beating the Bucks for Luke.
So you know my picks, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like
Unless
in class.
In
you
our
know.
English class, we have sports literature. Oh, we should tell the tragic story of our first period
We
class.
should.
Our our second period class, we have sports literature together, and we did football picks on Friday, and so I know Parker's picks for that, but he might switch them up to catch Luke here.
Yes. So I'm picking. So Packers over 49ers. We did that, right?
You and Luke had the Saturday games the same.
Okay. And then Sunday games, Rams, Bucks. This is a toss-up.
Mm-hmm.
Luke's betting against Tom Brady. I'm betting with Tom Brady.
Oh,
Give me
boy.
the Buccaneers over the Rams,
Woo.
baby. Bucks over Rams. Never bet against Brady. Remember when we thought we had a chance to beat Brady last week? Well, that didn't happen. And now Brady's just going to take this momentum and roll with it all the way to the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow. You just made your Super Bowl pick. All
Oh,
right.
shoot.
Cool. Lock that in. No way you're ever going to change that. And then the second Sunday game, Chiefs-Bills. Both of the Sunday games are going to be really good.
Yeah, and this one I did in class. So the only one I changed was the Bucks-Rams, but I do have the Chiefs in this game.
So you and Luke have the exact opposite happening on
Sunday. Yep.
Luke has Titans and Packers, so does Parker. And then on Sunday, Luke has Rams-Bills. Parker has Bucks-Chiefs. So if you get both of those games right, you would then take the lead,
Yes.
I believe. You would be up 2.
I would be up 2. If we tie, I'm still down 4. And if I
And then
get
you
both of them wrong, it's
If both are wrong, you're done.
yeah.
So
I'm definitely done.
a bit risky, but
See,
you're
here's-
fine with going into the championship round down 4 because each
That's
game is
fine.
worth 4. You
Yeah,
just got to pick
exactly.
one differently and then coin flip for the Super Bowl.
That's why I like picking 2 different games here because there's a good chance, but it's also like if I get one wrong, it's still fine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see the Chiefs record, right? So
Including the playoffs or
no. Over the
regular
past
season?
couple.
Ah.
So
Mahomes actually hasn't been playing great the last few weeks.
so they started out 3-4, right? And then they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 8-1,
That loss to the Bengals slowed him down.
9-1. They're 10-1 over the last 11 weeks. Okay,
Mhm.
That's why I'm picking the Chiefs because 10-1. It's kind of like the 49ers. You know how they're like they're 7-2 over
They're
the
hitting their
past.
stride at the right time.
The Chiefs are hitting their stride at the right time, and I think now the Bills are also, hitting their stride pretty good, but I like the Chiefs in this game.
Yeah, I was going to say the Bills' last game, you could consider hitting their stride.
Yeah, 1
To the
2,
max.
3, 4, 5.
Beating the Patriots by that much, I don't think you can hit your stride much better than the perfect offensive game.
So they're 6-2 over their past 8 games,
Okay.
but they have won. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. They've won 5 in a row. So
And neither team in the Sunday games is coming off of a bye, so you don't have that
true.
factoring in at all. Both teams played last weekend, unlike the Titans and Packers getting that extra week of rest, much needed at this point.
Well,
in the
I mean,
season.
you could say that the Bucks did get an extra week of rest along with the Bills.
Yeah, they also suffered injuries though. The Eagles in the
True.
Eagles game, Tristan Wirfs got injured. Ryan Jensen got injured.
That's the only impact that the Eagles made that entire game.
Yep, you're welcome, Rams. You're welcome. We injured their 2 best offensive linemen for you. So if Aaron Donald and
it's
Von Miller
because
have a
of
good
the
game,
Eagles. It's because of the Eagles.
you're welcome. That is really going to be the matchup to watch, though. If Ryan Jensen and Tristan Wirfs are out, and Brady's under pressure from Aaron Donald and Von Miller,
That's
that could
scary.
get ugly real quick for
It
the
could.
Bucks.
And the Rams take a big lead like they did against the Cardinals. Do you see that Kyler Murray throw?
Yeah,
That was- I was watching
I
that game.
understand not wanting to take the safety, but make sure
But
you can
you-
throw it out of bounds.
Would you rather give up 2 points
Or-
or 6 points?
Yeah. Well, I don't think he was trying to throw an interception, but
Well,
yeah.
but you can't throw it up like that.
But if you give up 6, you also get the ball back. If you give up the safety, the other team, the Rams would get the ball too.
But still.
So it's like, I can kind of understand, like, let's just get the ball back, but also when you're down by that much, 7 is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because they were already down, 2 scores?
14-0.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a problem there.
16-0 is fine. Like,
I felt bad for Zach Ertz, though.
Yeah.
That was too bad. His team was looking so good, and
I
then
know.
Cardinals really fell off a cliff.
See, like, that's the momentum thing. Like,
Cliff Kingsbury.
that's good.
I stole that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That was good, though. Like, the momentum thing we were talking about earlier, they didn't have momentum going into the playoffs. Momentum is huge.
There you go.
It's like on our own team, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had momentum, and then we lost momentum on that E-Town game, and it carried over into the McCaskey game. Like, those 2 games, we did not have any momentum. But over the past couple games, we've been building up momentum again.
Didn't the Cowboys have a lot of momentum from their huge blowout win over Eagles backups? Or maybe they had momentum, but it just wasn't as much momentum as the 49ers.
No. So, like, you have to look at the past couple weeks for football. Like,
Who had momentum?
I think they just had less momentum than the 49ers, to be honest. But let's see their schedule. So, let's see. Yeah, they had lost to the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
So they were 1-1 and like over the
1-1 in their last 2 games.
Yeah.
But they had won like
But they beat
5 in a row before that.
No.
4 in a row.
4 in a row.
That.
But it was on against bad teams though.
Okay.
Kind of like the Eagles wins.
That's true.
They
the
had
Eagles did
momentum,
have
but
a
it
lot
was
of wins
against
against
bad
bad
teams. So it's like you can't really. Is that momentum or is that just getting an easy win?
Yeah.
Kind of like when we played Ephrata. We beat Ephrata, but did we really gain momentum? Probably not.
It's true.
Anyway.
I don't know. Should we wrap up this? Actually, no. I have 2 things. One, real quick. We had our first ever $25 Mention All Sports All the Time discount with JG Graybill. We've been talking about it for like a year and a half.
And it happened. We got JG Graybill business.
Yep, so one lucky customer. Not lucky. One skillful and smart customer.
And intelligent and intellectual and
brilliant
and genius and scientifically amazing customer.
Got $25 off. We've kind of stopped over the last couple months doing our this costs $25.
We just do a big celebration at the
should,
beginning of the episode.
Yeah, we should probably have a follow-up and be like, what did the $25 that they saved get spent on?
Yes, we need to do that.
We probably should.
And then we
need Luke
bring
here
it
for
in
that.
as
We'll have
a
a confetti cannon. Yeah, that'll be great.
Wait, what if they what if they use their $25 on a confetti cannon?
Whoa! We really do need to get a confetti cannon. I feel like it's really useful. Everyone should own a confetti cannon just for.
Do you
any
can you
occasion.
Reload it or can you?
I don't
use
know.
It once?
I've never used a confetti cannon. Have you?
I think I've seen them, but that'd be really cool. We should invent a confetti cannon that you can use more than once.
That would be so smart. A reloadable
confetti cannon.
Yes. Business idea.
And it should come with a matching broom, so you can sweep up the confetti and put it back in there.
How would it be matching? Just color scheme?
I don't know. I didn't think of that far. It's just matching just sounded cool.
Just matches somehow.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up episode 133 with the tragic story of how me and Parker's perfect semester to end our high school careers got ruined.
It did get ruined. We're seniors, right? And this is our last semester of our entire lives in school. Well, my entire life in school. In high school. And so we were stoked because we have both of our classes together, right?
We also have senior option and school to work and
we
internships, so we get out early. That's why we only have 2.
We leave early, yeah. So we show up on the second day, right? And there's nobody there. So the principal walks in. He's like, you guys are getting split up 50-50. Half of you are going to this one room and half of you are staying in this room. And we're like, oh no, this is bad. So we check Power School. Owen checks first. He has the new teacher, Mr. Newman. I check Power School, and I still have my current teacher, Mrs. Smith.
Yep.
And it's so sad. There was a 50% chance we'd be together, and the 50% failed us.
Yeah. So it's still the same class, just different classrooms now.
Exactly. And so it's any projects we can't really work together because teachers kind of seems like they're doing different stuff. And very annoying.
I don't know how they botched the scheduling that much because what they did was we knew our teacher wasn't going to be there the second day.
Mm-hmm.
But we did not expect for there to be no sub, and instead the principal comes in.
Yeah.
So he comes in, and he explains to us. He was like, "So guys, we're in kind of a weird situation." And I was like, "Oh no, this isn't going to be good."
Mm-hmm.
And basically what they had done was our class of 30 is considered like a full class. Like a room fills 30. There were no extra seats. I personally don't think of 30 as like a huge class. I think of like 25 to maybe be average.
Mm-hmm.
So 30 isn't like ridiculous. I don't know how teachers feel about having 30 students in a class, but our class has 30, first period, Global America, and somehow they scheduled a class in fifth period for Global America with the new teacher, Mr. Newman, and he had 3 students, and then one of them like switched classes, and then the other student moved away.
Yeah, so there was one student.
Lonesome kid, and they were like, well, we can't have this, obviously.
Uh-huh.
And so then they split up our class. I don't know what happened to that fifth period class. Did they just like dissolve it?
Yeah.
And then just it's
Yeah.
the 2 classes in first period.
It's just
so.
dissolved. Yeah.
Yeah, we still have second period sports literature together, but we were so close to having both classes together, and then the school just ruined it.
The school ruined it. How dare you?
The story of Parker's biography.
They should at least let us pick our class. Like, if you're gonna do that, let us pull popsicle sticks out of a hat and pick our teacher until the popsicle sticks run out.
That's also random.
Yeah, but the odds, like, I'll just pick whatever one you go to.
I thought when you pick something out of a hat, you're like not looking. Though.
No, you just no. You pick your
it's
position.
Random.
Like, you have your name on the popsicle stick. The teacher pulls a popsicle stick.
Uh-huh.
If she pulls Owen, you'll get to choose.
Oh.
And so the
it's
only
like,
way we wouldn't be together is if I was last and I had to go in a different class.
Okay.
It's the odds of it happening.
That would be interesting. I think they don't care enough though, and so they were just like, we'll throw it in Power School and let it randomize.
It's so unfair.
So it didn't matter. And then we could have like the split could have happened differently because 3 kids in my class still haven't showed up. So like it might not have been an even split anyway.
Yeah, and I feel like my class there's definitely not 15 people there.
No.
Like there's maybe 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a game called Parker counts all the kids in his history class
There
in
was
his head.
There was 12. There was 12 there.
Yeah. I don't know. So this isn't the first time though. I had lifting first period last semester, and there were 4 classes in the weight room at the same time, and it was just the most crowded place ever. And then there were like 2 the rest of the day in the weight room. So I don't know what they're doing with their first period classes, overfilling them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem.
It is a problem.
But we won't be around afterwards to see if they try to fix it. So.
Well, they are. Lunches are not by grade.
Oh, that was weird. I hated that. I was like, I'm glad we got out in time because I would not want to have lunch as a freshman with like juniors.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing it like that.
And seniors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a freshman
idea.
going into 9th grade, and instead of like being in a lunch with like your friends, right? You just randomly get assigned, and like the odds of you being with your friends are 33%.
That would suck.
That would suck.
Yeah, I don't think you would see too many seniors because a lot of seniors like leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, there would be a couple seniors, definitely juniors. Imagine that. The one like C lunch, one of the lunches is like split where it's like you're in a class and then you go to lunch and then you go back to that same class.
That's weird.
So imagine you get that one and like none of your friends are in that lunch because it's a bunch of kids from another grade. That would suck. So we got out just in time.
Yep.
And Luke doesn't have to deal with it because he's not going to have lunch at the school.
So he's also
year,
just in time. Yeah.
Luke barely got out in time. So, yep, school's falling apart as soon as we leave. It's fine. It's all
we
good.
held it together, just like we held our elementary school together.
Our elementary school was the best.
Yeah. It was
awesome. Hashtag Roarstown.
Roar. There was literally a graffitied lion on our gym.
Yeah.
That's how
Roarstown
amazing
strong.
it is. Yep.
That was great. We really copied the high school, though. The high school had that graffiti artist first. And then
but
ours was better. It was way better.
It was bigger.
If you went to Roarstown, comment on this. Comment Roarstown strong on this. All right, episode 133.
If you know how to spell Roarstown.
Thanks for watching. It is pretty difficult living on Roarstown Road my whole life. It took me a little while to learn how to spell it.
Your address must take forever to write that.
Or type it.
Or
Yeah.
type that.
I think at this point my phone autocorrects it though.
That's
So
good.
that makes it pretty nice. Episode 133. Go Rams. Beat the Bucks.
Boo! Boo Brady.